Hi, I'm Jacob Lenhoff here. How are y'all doing, my Facebook friends and people from Hamilton, Ohio, and all over YouTube? I'm here today. It's a very important day on Hamilton today. Justice for Bruiser Rally. Let me tell you a story about Bruiser. A 19-year-old woman has been charged with animal cruelty. She owned a dog named Bruiser who was a pit bull. She's accused of starving him to the point where they had to have him euthanized. Bruiser was a pit bull, like I said, and police had found him basically, on the apartment floor, or the apartment where Elizabeth Lewis lived at, and he was very ill, very starving, and everything else, very thin. They called the dog warden, and they ordered dog warden Tanya Henson ordered Bruiser to be euthanized. Well, they took Bruiser to the vet. Before he was put to sleep, his temperature was so low that he wouldn't even register on the thermostat. It was that low. And it was basically caused starvation. Now, Elizabeth Lewis, who was charged with animal cruelty for this thing, which resulted in Bruiser's death, was actually found not guilty several months back by a Hamilton Municipal Court Judge, Dan Gattemeyer. And Bruiser was returned to her. And at that time, before that, he was taken into custody of the Humane Society. He was 17 pounds. Now, the animal shelter brought him back up to weight like 38 pounds. But the judge ordered Bruiser to go back with Miss Lewis, and she took him back. And now he's dead. Now, Elizabeth Lewis is facing about a year in prison, possibly, or actually 180 days in prison, I apologize, and about a $1,000 fine. Now, considering the pain and suffering this dog went through, I don't think it's good enough. Animal cruelty is a very big problem in our society, and not much is done about it. Every day, animals are abused, they're starved, they're beaten, and they don't have a word. They can't cry for help like people can. You see all the commercials with all the people, with all the animals like trapped, behind the cages and everything, and with all those looks in their faces, and they can't speak for themselves. Well, today in honor of Bruiser's memory, and for something to be done about animal cruelty, we have all these people here who are protesting. These people here are standing up for the animals who can't stand up for themselves. They have organized a rally here in downtown Hamilton. It's a very great rally, and you got all the signs here, you got people here, you're getting the people to honk for Bruiser as they pass the streets. So, I think we should go ahead and interview people today and find out why they're doing this and ask what their opinions, what should be done with Miss Lewis and anyone else who mistreats animals. Come on, let's go. There's Kim DeWitt here. She's one of the people out here at the Bruiser Rally with her son here, her mom, Andrew's Law, and she's here protesting because she's a real big dog lover. How are you doing? Nice to meet you finally.
Hi, good. You too.
Not bad. Why did you decide to come down today? Why are you doing this?
Well, I'm doing this for several reasons. One, I'm a dog owner. I own 4 dogs. This is one of them, Sarah Grace. The second reason is, being a dog lover and an animal lover, we're trying to get the maximum penalty for animal abusers. Right now, it's 4 months in jail and a $1,000 fine. We want to make it a felony, which is what Nitro's law is for. It's for Ohioans to make animal abuse a felony and not just a misdemeanor.
Why do you think they don't really care as much? Why do you think they don't care as much probably about animals as they do about people? Now, if this was a child or something like that, they would get on it right away. Child's physically abused. There was a woman recently who posted, I don't know if you heard about the story, who posted a video of her father's a judge, him beating her or whatever on YouTube or whatever.
Yeah.
You've heard about that.
Oh, yeah.
And all hell just totally broke loose.
Right.
Why do you think they don't care so much about, they'll do it for a child, but when a dog, they don't look at things different than the animal, like they have no soul or no rights or whatever?
I don't know. It's very sad. If you petition or interview, I bet 9 out of 10 people are pet owners.
Right.
I don't know the statistics on that, but it's just so important. That's why we're here raising awareness about this. It's not necessarily about, Elizabeth Lewis, who is on trial today for allegedly abusing her animal. It's not just about her. It's about passing the laws in Ohio to make animal abuse a felony.
Now, is this the same judge? The judge here today, talking to her, is the same judge that let her have the dog back a while back?
Judge Gademeier.
Judge Gademeier. Is he going to be hot water over this, you think? Or?
I think if the judge didn't take all of the calls and emails very seriously, that people all over the world, not just Hamilton, there's a Justice for Bruiser Facebook page. People all over, they say they want to be here in spirit because they can't be here in person. If the judge didn't take all the calls and emails seriously, I feel sorry for him. I mean, he's going to be overloaded with complaints.
Another thing I was also kind of curious about, I want to ask your opinion about this. Now, I can jump to conclusions, but I read that Bruiser, now, you have many kind of dogs, but the kind of dog Bruiser was a pit bull. And they get kind of a bad rap. My mother wouldn't let me anywhere near them when I was growing up.
Right.
Do you think that maybe a pit bull has something to do with maybe his, like, how the judge looks at things or whatever?
No, I don't. I certainly hope, just like, you know, I certainly hope that people are still not against pit bulls, you know, banning the breed and all of that. A pit bull is no different than my boxer or a poodle, for that matter. It's how you raise the dog and, you know, what you instill into it. I think if Bruiser was a Chihuahua, I think we would still be in the same situation. So, no, I don't think that being a pit mix has anything to do with it.
So you definitely think also pit bulls are kind of bad. You think there's such a thing as pit bull keeper dogs? So you don't think...
Oh, absolutely. One of my dogs is half pit, half lab. And, you know, I would have her down here too, but I wanted to hold a sign and not 3 or 4 other leashes.
Yeah, well, let's introduce your dog right here.
This is Sarah Grace, and she just had surgery. She had a tumorous cancer removed by Noah's Ark Animal Clinic.
Noah's Ark Animal Clinic?
Yes, in Westchester. Great folks. And she is sporting my daughter's Justice for Bruiser t-shirt, as you can see. And I'm sporting mine.
Oh, just got great shirts.
That is right.
She looks like an older dog. How old is she?
She is 9 years old.
She's an older dog. Getting along with there, sweetie?
Yes. She's a good girl. Most people in Hamilton already know her because she goes everywhere with us.
Very cute little dog.
But anyway, I run the missing pet page on Facebook. We've had a lot of success getting pets back. Just type in facebook.com/missingourpets. And that's me.
What do you think the charge should be? I mean, honestly, what do you think?
The charge?
Yeah.
It should be a felony.
Like 15 years, 20 years or more?
I don't know what the statute is for felony as far as sentencing goes.
So to get the point across, at least.
Right. If it was a felony, less people would abuse animals.
Oh,
I know that for a fact.
Definitely. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
You have the air dog?
Yes.
Which one? It's for air.
I got Asia Marie, Mason, Ozzy, and Sir Grace.
What kind of dogs are those?
It's an Australian Shepherd, Ozzy, and Asia Marie is our pit lab. Those are both rescue dogs.
Cool.
Then we've got Mason, who is also, he's a pit chow boxer mix, and then she's a purebred boxer.
Great.
So,
Dog lovers. So am I.
thank you. Have a good day.
I'm here with, what's your name, sir?
Nick Bandura.
Lynn Bandura. You're with Nitro Law?
Yes, Nitro Foundation.
Nitro Foundation. What's your position here?
I'm just an activist, a member.
An activist member. I want to talk about animal abuse. Now, animal abuse is considered, I guess, like a misdemeanor for most programs here. Now, why do you think that is?
I don't know. I think it's just lack of knowledge, and just people not knowing the laws and not fighting for animals.
You'll either kind of considered in different leagues.
I think so. I think so. A lot of people have misconceptions about the law. They think that because of maybe some of the laws against children are not felonies, that no dog should have a law higher than that.
Right, no dog
for a penalty.
Right. So you think since the issue kind of I guess all hell would break loose if they had like dogs go talk about children and stuff. Well, I was want to know how you decided, how did you get involved in animal activism? Like, did you have like animals you feel when you was?
I've always had dogs, and I've always been active in helping animals through the local shelters, humane societies, things like that. But I was at just a local, like a dog walk, and saw some information about Nitro, and so I got on Facebook, and that's how I got started.
That's how you got started. How long ago did you get that? I mean, what was your first big? Was there anything before this? What was your first big thing into animal fighting? I mean, you remember as a teenager or as a young adult? What was your first major thing?
Just helping shelters, helping cleaning cages, things like that. That's basically it. I had dogs all my life.
And how was like working at an animal shelter?
It's very rewarding because there is so much work needed to be done. Volunteers do an excellent job. So it just feels rewarding to help out.
How many dogs and cats brought into them like daily? Brought into you or something like daily?
Well, I can tell you this, that nationwide, between 9,000 and 10,000 dogs go to sleep every day.
Animal shelters?
Yes.
How many brought in like every day? I mean, it's your animal shelter, you remember?
No, I don't. I don't have that number.
Have they tried to get something passed to where they could enlarge in the shelters to prevent so many dogs being put down in camps?
It all comes down to money. And the government shelters, they're not funded very well. You know how economics are. There's just not money going to enlarge them. What we're trying to do is have everybody spay and neuter their animals and reduce breeding is another big thing. Puppy mills, Ohio is notorious for puppy mills.
Puppy mills?
Yeah.
Well, I've had my dog sick, so.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a multifaceted problem. People go to pet stores and they see the very cute animals and they don't know where they come from, and they don't know that 10,000 a day are being put to sleep where they're viable dogs that are available. You don't purchase a pet from a pet store and just encourage that breeding to continue.
One more thing. There was a law, I think that was passed not too long ago in Hamilton. I'm trying to think, maybe 2006, 2007. Of course, they had a hard time getting school levies passed here in Hamilton, but I think there was one law for animal shelters and one levy that was passed. I'm trying to think it was 2007 for more funding or whatever. So I think some people honestly do care, obviously. Now I was going to talk to you about something. Why do you think this woman was, I read on the internet, this dog was 17 pounds because she was brought into, I guess, the humane society animal shelter in August. And they, I guess, nurtured him back when he was 40 pounds back. Correct. But the judge ordered, him to be returned to Miss Lewis. Why do you think they decided to return him for it?
All I saw on the internet, and not being in that first case and not knowing what happened, I just read that he said that there was insufficient evidence to convict her, and I can't understand that. I mean, you just look at the dog; she's the owner of the dog. So
he was 17 pounds.
Right, and 38 when she got him back.
And the police recently came in, and the dog couldn't even was just caught on the floor.
Correct.
So
what I understand, it crawled out the door and fell down the steps.
So anyway, what do you think would be your opinion? What do you think think would be a serviceable, what do you think would be a good punishment for this person?
I think jail time, obviously, just to show that we mean business in Ohio.
I think 180 days is good enough. What do you think?
No, I don't, but I'm very passionate about animals. But even in addition to jail time, I think a monetary penalty where the money would go to a local shelter and maybe even spend time working in shelters should be your punishment.
How successful has your place been as far as like getting like felonies? Have the people been really listening to you guys? I mean, how successful have you guys been so far with Nitro's Law? I mean, as far as getting around.
We haven't been. It's been sent to the Ohio State Capitol several times. It's been defeated. It hasn't been put into law.
Supreme Court.
Well, no, Ohio.
You think it could go to the Supreme Court?
Well, it just needs to be passed in Ohio. The law needs to be passed. I believe this will be the 3rd year.
You have dogs you have at home?
We have 4 dachshunds.
How old are
they? They range from 6 to 16.
Wow, 16. A long dog. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hello here. I'm here with, what's your name?
Rebecca Hicks.
Rebecca Hicks. Rebecca Hicks here. She's at the, holding up the sign here. She's at the Bruiser Rally also. And I really like your sign here. Hell have no fury, like angry dog lovers.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys like Jesus. You're striking down.
Well, for those who can't speak for themselves, we tend to have to be a little more vigilant.
Right.
A lot of things happen at the disadvantage of the vulnerable. Like animals can't talk, and things happen to them in numbers that are staggering to people who what kind of abuse actually happens in the States and abroad.
So you think someone who's like capable of like abusing an animal or starving them to death might be capable of neglecting their child or abusing a child or abusing their wives or whatever?
It's well documented fact that there is a distinct link between the abuse of animals and the abuse of humans, whether it be children, spouse. It's extremely tightly linked.
Now, where did you first hear about the story? Did you hear on the news, or did someone tell you about Facebook? Oh, it just went around all over the place.
Yeah, I'm in a network, but I did see it on the news thereafter. But I'm on a network where all the rescue people in the region tend to talk to each other. So I found out that way, and then I watched the news and saw it.
You watched the news and saw it because I did a couple months ago. I did an interview with Debbie Estes. Her son, Louis DeSilvestro, went missing. I'm not going to talk about.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, he's 30-year-old. He went missing here in Hamilton.
Okay.
But yeah, she posted stuff. They posted stuff on Facebook to look for him, and like 200 people came out.
Yep.
I mean, literally. I mean, she said she'd kill over half those people. And
social networking has made a huge impact on causes like this and many others. It's a huge, very valuable tool.
What other events of social media like helped you out as far as getting you out or whatever? Is there other things you went to good social media? Like,
yeah, I've gone to the Justice for Audrey, which was the dog found in Joyce Park.
Okay.
And that was in the same district. We were on the same property. Hamilton, for whatever reason, is lagging a little more than even others because Ohio has a horrendous reputation for their enforcement of humane law. And this is our second time here on these steps.
Really horrendous?
Yes.
Like we saw the world, probably one of the worst in the country, you think?
Oh yeah, Ohio has one of the worst records from agricultural industry, like the factory farming, etc., to companion animals.
Really?
Yes.
And we're considered like a swing state when they vote and stuff.
Yes.
So it's kind of like, wow.
Yes. Yes. One of the worst states. I used to live in Cincinnati. Now I'm in northern Kentucky, and the attitudes toward companion animals is much better in Kentucky. Just
really? Now, what kind of abuse? Have you seen like abuse close to your home? Abuse close to your home? Like
I used to be a Cincinnati humane officer.
Okay.
So I saw all sorts of abuse. The majority of the abuse comes in the form of neglect. People get a dog, a cat, it's cute, and then it grows up and they tire of it. And then how the animal's treated in the latter part of its life is where the neglect happens the abuse from some person or persons in the home, and it's a cycle where the cat or dog either gets transferred from one owner to the next, then ends up at the pound. So it's a cycle. They get the cute dog, cute puppy, cute kitten, but then in the adulthood of the animal, it's roll the dice for the animal.
It is a good thing to keep, especially when they get older. When they get older, especially it's a good thing for the owners to keep taking care of them. Because when they get to be a certain age, they get transferred to a pound and they get put to sleep because they'll pick them up.
Correct.
You know, when they go to a pound, they go to the younger dogs.
Yep.
Yeah, so.
There's even a black dog syndrome. Have you heard of that?
Black dogs, like a black cat syndrome.
Same thing. No, just black dogs are only looked in pounds because of their color. They're not as bright and visible to a passerby, and so they're not as interesting. Yeah, it's called the black dog syndrome. Yeah.
But we see, my people always like runs. They got a lot of runs in the litter, we take the runs. We got a lot of runs.
Yep.
We got good dogs that runs.
Yep.
They kind of toss inside their tails.
Oh yeah.
But we took them. We like all runs.
Good. Well, I am glad you all came out. It's all about getting this awareness publicized. And it creates an effect on consciousness.
I just didn't think.
Because for the most part, Ohio, they just go to work, come home, and they get to close their front door, and they don't know if the abuse or neglect. For the most part, most Ohio residents don't realize what's going on next door or in the next district.
Well, what do you think this judge? Do you think there's any consequence for this judge? Because this judge, like, turned Bruiser back over the first time.
I 100% believe there should be a consequence, because when I was an officer, for a case to even be pursued, you had to have a lot of proof and a very viable case. So not only was the case viable that was presented last year to this judge, but he then gave the dog back for the dog to still be. It's unprecedented. It's very actually. It's unprecedented. It's common for the neglect cases to make it to the court and then to get to the second time for the same dog. Unprecedented.
That's not what you signed here. Looking at the sign, did you or was just handed to you? Did you?
Lisa and her husband, she's in the court of that. They made these. They made 8 signs. There's her husband. He made these signs, and they are committed to animal welfare. They're very good citizens.
Very good citizens?
Oh yeah. They made 8 signs like this.
Oh.
Isn't that neat? So.
Yeah, what's your favorite kind? I mean, you probably love all dogs, but is there a certain one that you really, is there a certain species or a certain kind of dog you like? Fully breeds?
Because of the fact that they are so kind when born. I mean, like, they are so exploited. They're so misunderstood. They're overproduced. And pit bulls are subject to the most neglect. All breeds.
Pit bulls.
100%.
You think it's a reputation, or they have more reputation of being wild dogs?
It's all of that. Some people get them and do not know how to handle them, and then their energy is not, handled properly. They turn into a typical pit bull. There are other people that buy them for a status symbol. There are other people that get them handed down. That effect is very common. The person gets the puppy, they tire of it, then it goes to the cousin's friend. The cousin's friend moves and takes it to the pound. So, yeah.
Well, thanks for coming out. It's great talking to you.
Thank you for coming.
No problem. I'm here at Brian Holbrook here. Here at the rally, he is maker of a lot of these signs here. First stop jail, last stop hell. The first mile from Nitro's Law. He's got one here that says signs. He's here with a sign here, $60 for signs, gas $5, time $25, sending an animal abuser to jail priceless, which is, as you would all know, is based on those commercials you see on television all the time. Sir, I want to talk to you. You did a fantastic job with these signs here, so I want to talk to you about them. How did you get this job as far as signs?
My wife signed me up for that to help her make the signs. I think you probably spoke to her a little bit ago, right over here.
Where did she? Oh yeah. Where did she? Where did she get the idea? Did she come to you?
Oh well, we've been up here. we've been up here for other ones. The last, we had one 6 months ago where a guy started trying, well, the dog did live, but there's another trial here, and anytime it's local stuff like this.
Okay. So
because it's not a felony in the state of Ohio to use these animals like that, we definitely want to try to do that.
So what did she basically come to you? Did she like come up to you and say, honey, I want you to do something at the rally? Did she say, like, protest to the judge, stay outside with her dryer someplace? And where did the sign thing idea just kind of come?
Just tossing stuff around. We write it down over the weekend. Stuff that we liked. We just wrote it down with a pencil and marked it in. You know, it's kind of quick.
This may sound bizarre, but I also want to talk about the process here, because the signs are kind of definitely show-stopping.
Okay.
What show, you know, to get your attention. What is the process of making these things? You just find some wood?
Yeah, just pieces of 1x from the hardware store. 2 pieces of big cardboard paper. Glue it in the middle. Tape it around the edges. And, yeah, it's glued up through here to hold it steady. It's just it's taped around the edges. And then we actually used, because it was raining last winter. It was raining and snowing, so we took the cabinet, the plastic you put down inside cabinets.
Yeah,
so yeah, we covered them with that. Hell, I can't think of what it's called right now. But anyway, it's just a wax paper basically. It sticks to it.
Yeah, the wax paper we bought from
Walmart. Yeah.
Walmart promotional plug.
Yeah.
And so
maybe it was Meyer. I don't know. Just kidding.
Both are good stores. Shout out both. How long does it take you all to, write all this stuff out? Because you got to do all the layers of pen, of ink and stuff. I mean, how long does it take you all to write all this stuff out? You did all these, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, me and her myself. It takes maybe about an hour in each one, I would say.
An hour each one?
By the time you're done, yeah.
Okay, not too bad. Fun job?
Please?
Fun job?
Oh, yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. Yeah, it keeps you something to do instead of being pissed off about the issue.
Now you had a rally. Now you said that you were down here for. Let's talk about this other abuse case. Charlie, you were down here for a dog that was abused. I guess survived.
Right. Audrey was this dog's name. It was a pit bull, and the guy was from Cincinnati. And he came. We had a park down the road here. He came and dropped the dog way back behind towards the river, to leave it to die. But somebody happened to find it and tracked it back to this guy. I don't know. I don't remember exactly how, but. So it was a long process. He did spend jail time. Sanders was his name.
How much time did Master spend?
I think 2 months. I should know better than that.
That's it?
But he got the max. Yeah, that's the max for what he did.
That's ridiculous.
And this girl's probably not facing much more. But something's better than nothing.
That sounds better than nothing.
Right.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Well, yeah, you just gotta deal with them, whatever the laws are. But that's why we need to change these laws and make it a felony. State of Ohio with these animals.
Did you see this? This is kind of a taboo question, but did you ever see like animal abuse like growing up or anything like that, or?
No, not first time. No, not really. Yeah, really.
Okay. Well, what do you think would be a good? What would you like to see them do nationwide? And what do you think? My opinion was like 10 years in prison, maybe 5-10 years in prison for like a offense like this. What do you think would be a good prison time?
Oh, that's hard to say. I want the max for whatever the penalty is. I mean, whatever the law is, I want the max.
Get your word out.
But I don't know what the magic is.
Do what you can do.
Yeah.
Thanks for talking.
Hey, thanks, man. Thanks, man.
Well,
thank you.
That wraps up this video here. I hope y'all learned things today. The animal cruelty and abuse are a very big problem. We've learned that a lot of dogs have been, and cats are beaten, abused, even killed, and neglected. Now, by doing this rally, hopefully we can all do something about this and prevent more animals from being abused. Because Bruiser is not the first dog, this is kind of fate, and he will not be the last. So it's all important we all discuss these matters. The rally did real well. I learned a lot of things about people and how caring and how great people can be. And it's good that we all find together and stand up for everybody, and especially for animals, because they had no voice. The woman just came out of court, Elizabeth Lewis. I don't know, but she's facing 180 days in jail and a maximum. So we'll see what happens there. But it's been a real good, interesting ride talking to all these people who are there, standing by all the animals, and how far if we all stood together as a country, how we all could make a difference. But yeah, justice for Bruiser. Hopefully justice will be served. Bruiser, so sorry, no one's there to help you, bud. But there's one thing to come out of this. Hopefully we can learn a lesson and protect other people. You can protect our dogs, Bruiser. I'm Jacob Lenhoff. Thank you for watching.